Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Shining Force 3 Scenario 3, and I have done I am just a hair short of 2,500 points of damage to Taros with the Julian army, which the 2,500 mark is his halfway point, so we are halfway killing him right about now. Just a little bit, my last was like 2481 was the last count, so... And it is now Taros' turn, and he's going to throw out Spark level 3, which is fine. I should have resist on the bulk of that force. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah, 24 points of damage. 15. I'm pretty sure I've got resist on them. This force is a little different than the other two forces. I don't have nearly as many long-range people in this force as I thought I did. I have a lot of casters, which at this point, I'm actually kind of tapped out on a couple of them. Primula is pretty much useless. Bridget would be almost useless at this point, have it not been for the drain spell, because I've actually been draining MP from Taros, which is very useful in this situation, and that's pretty much secured her a spot in my premium discourse, because that's bloody useful. So yeah, Primula, again, she's all but useless at this point. She's out of MP, resist is worn off on her, so yeah. I'm moving her out. She's been getting a lot of Zephyrus level 2 hits in. I should have saved some of her MP for the attack spell, because she's the only one with the attack spell. But I'm really not all that concerned with it, because this force, what this force lacks in, or what this particular army lacks in ranged units, more than makes up for in longevity. I have two healers in this force with Aura 4. There's no way, as long as I budget out the MP available, there's really no way I could lose this without being atrociously stupid. Now watch that I've said that, I'm going to do something and it's going to be atrociously stupid. I'm gonna die. And I don't remember what stat or what specials have been seen, what has gone on. This is Change Dragon. It's actually very useful. It's awesome. 100 damage. Cyclops is doing his thing. Proton over here is also doing his thing, making sure the slow effect stays on Taros. Most of this force bouncing between 20 and 21. I did do a lot of... obviously I did leveling off screen. One thing though, the first time I got to this fight, I was using the Archdemons as level fodder. Interesting thing that happened, Isabella got caught by... I believe it was Archdemon and an Inferno. And the Archdemon used Fire Breath, Inferno too, and she must have taken a hit or something beforehand because she was already kind of weak. But she died. I lost a person in this fight. That was sad. And Cyclops is paralyzed. That's not good. And I was actually really broken up about it. Like, oh my god, I lost one of my... Oh, son of a bitch, I can't do anything. I do need to leave a little bit of MP on her so that I can move her the next turn to siphon some of Taros' MP. And I'm going to move 1,000 out of the way for that, because her Spark 1 is still going to do a fair bit of damage. But the thing that kills me about it is I had actually gotten Isabella soulmate status with Julian. And I'm like, you could not have picked a more appropriate time to have just wasted one of my people. Thank you. Alright, I'm going to cast Antidote to cure the Paralyze. And then I'm going to attack. Gracie's next turn, he desperately needs to cast Aura, taking a lot of damage. But I didn't budget out the MP well enough early on. No shining, no shining. That is definitely not what needs to happen. That would be a quick end to this fight, is losing all of my MP on my second Aura 2 user. That would be something stupid that I could do to end this fight. So, this is the last Heroes Test battle, and actually at the end of this I'm going to get Unoma, what's his name? Irene's Master. I have not gotten him off screen. There's one thing you'll see, I also have a red dragon in my party instead of a blue dragon. I did intentionally kill off a couple of my dragons so that I could have Cyclops kill some of the black dragons in the previous fight. So I can have black dragons in my force and use them in the final fight. Very useful in the long run because I do need... The black dragons are significantly stronger, and I thought there was a way to dismiss the dragons without having to kill them, but I couldn't figure it out, so I assumed there's not one, and I just messed that up entirely. But anyway, I took care of it. I got rid of a bunch of dragons, and now I've got 2. I think I may have an empty spot still. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, we need to target... You're the best bet. Bridget doesn't really need resist. Because she's got the Spark Wand, she's taking very little damage from lightning anyway. It's just the melee attacks when I get her close enough to use Drain. That is the only downside to Drain, is you have to be within melee range to cast Drain. Well, it's a great balance to the spell, otherwise it would be ridiculously overpowered. It does kind of hurt in this situation, and it will probably hurt in the premium disc battles. But I'm pretty sure she is going to be my caster for the premium disc battles because Drain is just so useful. And most of the bosses that we're going to be encountering will have MP, so that'll be all that much more useful for her. And I'll probably equip her with one of the MP regen circlets, because I know I've got several of those. And now is when the fun happens. We're going to drain some MP. The only downside about this is it doesn't do damage, and it takes a turn away from one of my high-end damage dealers. 38 MP. That's just fantastic. And I'm probably going to do it again, and then I won't have to worry too much about keeping resist up. The only downside with this force, I don't have anyone in this immediate force who has support. I'm pretty sure there's someone in this group that has the support spell in the Julian army. I'm just not currently using them. But no one that I fit into this army right now, or in this immediate battalion, has support, and that's killer. It really is. That support can make or break an army, because support and resist, they beat to death an opposing force. They really do. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can talk about for this game right now. You guys have seen all of this before. We know what's going on. We're doing some killing. We're beating the crap out of him. Slow's not wearing off anytime soon, but I like to make sure it keeps up on him, and it makes Proton feel useful. So with this, we've got just a little bit left to the story. We've got the final battles for all 3 armies combined. By your powers combined, I am defeating Bullzome. And then, once I'm done with Shining Force 3, this is the end of the story. So I'll probably be doing my final thoughts for Shining Force 3 at the end of this game, during the credits, like I usually do. I'll be doing the final rundown, and then the premium disc will pretty much be just all extra content for this, because that's all it is. It's all extra content. I'm going to run through some of the special stuff on the disc, and then I'll do the premium disc battles, which are pretty much set up like this. They are a heroes test type situation versus a lot of interesting boss characters. I don't want to get too much into it until we get there, but it's going to be awesome, and I'm so looking forward to it. And we're going to come over here, and I'm pretty sure Primula has a healing item. Yes, she does. I also have more Orichalcum that I know what to do with. I've got over, I think the last count was 75 pieces of Orichalcum, not including what I have picked up in this run, which would add an extra 9 to it. Freaking crazy, man. So, but after the premium disc, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've been asked to do Shining Force CD, so I think that's going to be on the top of the next projects. In addition to some of the other Shining Force games, like I have Shining Force 1, I've got Shining in the Darkness, the game, or Shining Force CD covers the Game Gear games, and then I have Final Conflict, which was another fan translation done by the Shining Force translation team for the Game Gear. I've got that one. I may do that. Shining Force CD is the only one that's been specifically requested. One thing that I want to do, I have picked up it was a gift from Culix, a PSP AV out cable, so that I can actually record PSP gameplay now. And I kind of want to do that because I just went out of town recently for a big barbecue festival. I'm a big fan of barbecue. I love it. And there's a regional barbecue festival where they do. It's basically a precursor for it's the state competition, moves on to the regional competition, so forth, so on. You know how state and regional things work. And while I was there, we were camping because it's out, you know, to hell and gone in the state that I live in. And so I brought my PSP, and I've been playing Valkyria Chronicles 2, and oh my god, do I love the Valkyria Chronicles franchise! I've messed around a little bit with Valkyria Chronicles 1, because a friend of mine's like, hey, you've got to see this, the Skies of Arcadia cast. The main characters are in this game. You have to see this. And I'm like, okay, no freaking way. I gotta check this out. And of course, they're in there. It's awesome. It's hilarious. I was blown away by it. It was just that awesome to see these characters. But I don't own a PS3 at the moment. That's the next console. Actually, the next console I'm probably purchasing is a 3DS, because my wife has gone batshit crazy over the fact that there's a limited edition Kingdom Hearts 3D version coming out here in the US, and she's just she loves Kingdom Hearts. I like the console games. All the side stories on the handheld not really did much for me. Chain of Memories was alright. I enjoyed that one, but then it started getting way too crazy for me, is the best way to do it. Chain of Memories was a link between the two games. These are just side stories or prequels. They don't really set up what's going to happen if and when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. Anyway, I've gotten completely off topic. I was talking about another thing that, and as I was sitting here playing Valkyria Chronicles 2, I'm like, alright, this feels like the spiritual successor to Shining Force. This feels what a modern Shining Force game should do. Because there's a lot of grid-based tactical games out, and those are really cool. And then you have some of the non-traditional grid-based games like Phantom Brave, and a lot of the NIS software games. But Valkyria Chronicles, it's done by Sega. You can see this could be a successor to Shining Force. And the more I played it, I just sat there and played it and played it and played it. And I burned out my PSP on it. I killed the battery twice. I had to go. I actually charged my PSP at the campground lodge for a little while. Well, because I just kept burning out this game. And we're at the point where we can see Taros' health. So we've done 2,000 more damage to him because he's at 548. We're ripping him apart. It's awesome. This has taken no time. And it's 16 minutes. That's great. So much more damage. Let's see. 5, 8. Yeah, I don't have enough to do both. So we're gonna do that. Why not? It's some damage. It'll do like 40 points of damage. Yeah, see? 44. But I really kind of want to do Valkyria Chronicles. But if I did that, I'd wait till I get a PS3 so I could do Valkyria Chronicles 1 and then go into 2. Not that they have some things that relate the two of them together from what I've seen, but it's so far as far where I've gotten into Valkyria Chronicles 2, it's not a direct sequel. It's just this happens in the same world at a later date. Very few of the characters seem to make appearances so far. I can't speak for the game. And again, I haven't played Valkyria Chronicles 1 all that in depth, so there's a good chance I may have missed something. Boom! That hurts, but it doesn't matter. I'm doing so much damage, it's not even funny. I'm gonna move you over here now for another Thor. That way I can 1,000 back in. This is going well. Very well. This force, again, I knew this force would have the easiest time of it. The other two forces, especially Symbiosis Force was hurting. But we made it through it. We're making it through this one. I'm so stoked that we're gonna see this. We're gonna get the final character of the game. We'll have all 3 major weapons. Yeah, we're gonna Aura. Why the hell not? We've got this in the bag. We're good. But yeah, I kind of want to do Valkyria Chronicles. There's actually a lot of games that I want to do. Now that I've got my Saturn PC available for that, that gives me a bunch of games. I kind of want to do co-op Secret of Manas. I kind of want to do both. I got Secret of Mana 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. Secret of Mana 1 here in the Secret of Mana here in the U.S. and Seiken Densetsu 3. I always get so confused with their naming scheme. It's so difficult to follow sometimes. How some of them work, because so many games are actually related to the series that aren't related. It's my nerd trivia, I have a hard time keeping up with it. Anyway, I've got a lot of games that I want to do. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do after this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with the Shining Force games for now, and I may jump into other series that are similar later on down the line. So Final Fantasy Tactics is also one that's available, and then I've got a bunch of other really interesting titles. And Cyclops is going to get the final hit with a Dragon Rush. This will take down Taros. The Shrine Guardian has been defeated for the 3rd time, And Cyclops levels up off the kill to 21. Well done, Cyclops. Cyclops received the Force Blade. You're holding too much already. We'll hold on to that for now. That's fine. We have just defeated the Heroes Test Round 3. Like I said, in this video description, I will write down everything you get from the 10 floors for the Julian army. I also have all of those items, so starting on the next episode, I'm going to what I'm going to do is off-screen give those to all of the people that I'm going to be using, because I'm only going to give them to the people that I'm going to be using in the premium disc. So I'm going to get my premium disc force ready to go for all of that, and we'll be set. I'm not going to give the I'm not going to use the items off screen. I'm just going to give them to those specific characters. Actually, I may go ahead and use them off screen because that might be a little bit easier to manage. Alright, not the force I was looking for. I've got to go, because I have to talk to him with Julian army. That means he's got to be in Julian's headquarters. And one thing that I haven't shown off that I will here in a second, because I can make this episode a little bit longer. All the other ones have been a little bit longer. There he is, sitting off in the corner. Have something to eat. Yes! There are many cute children here, but... Oh my god, you're creepy. I don't know what little girl he's referring to. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically, if you count Primula. Alright, so we've got Unoma, and we're going to go look at his stats when we go look at the change, and we're also going to equip the Force Blade on Julian. We've got all 3 of the legendary weapons. Ah, it feels so good. Let's see. What do you desire? We're going to take... Actually, we're going to give... Oh no, he's got everything set up. Look at all these weapons that I've got so many weapons, it's not even... Light and Dark Resist plus 30 special attack. Force Blade, we're going to give that to Julian. 136 attack. Yes, he should. We're going to equip, or deposit the Varian Blade. I'm also going to give the Kusanagi. I've got 2 of those. I'm going to give those to 2 of my ninjas. I also have 2 more Chaos Rings. I've got the circlets that I need to redistribute. I've got every weapon known to man. I'm going to make secondary Orichalcum weapons for everyone. I've got 5 Healing Rains, 3 Light of Hopes, more potions that I know what to do with, Power Wine, Armor Milk, 3 of each, 3 Quick Chickens, 2 Nimble Onions, 2 Lucky Cookies, 3 Health Breads, 3 Brain Foods, Mithrils, 74, over 74, 75, 6, 7, 78, 79, 80, 81 Orichalcum. I've got more than enough to make weapons. We've got Unoma. Let's look at his stats. He is a master, so he is a monk. Not promoted. HP, or he may be promoted, I don't know. HP of 56, no, he can't be promoted. But he's of the level to promote, so I can promote him to Force of Light. Movement of 5, attack of 85, defense of 50, agility of 34, luck of 5, and he's got a claw equipped. He has no magic, so I'm not going to be using him at all. The rest of my force, I feel really bad about not using them at all, but that's what happens. So, yeah, we are almost ready. I'm going to save it, so I don't have to go through all that again, and then I'm going to do a bunch of stuff off screen and get that ready. And I will see you guys in the next installment Till then, later everyone.